Already cancelled. Already cancelled.
It's the Already Cancelled podcast. Keen Yaz of Nisha.
Hello.
Hey.
Howdy.
So, guys, I came across this video literally yesterday, and it made me feel a little bit weirded out. So, this chick named Emily W. King, she's on TikTok, she's on all like social platforms.
Yeah.
She was responding or reacting to a video by this other girl. I believe her name's Yvette. Anyway, this girl is basically saying that her father came up to her and said that he loves his mom more than he loves her. And then Emily, who's reacting to that video, is saying that is correct. That's how all relationships should be, where the parents love each other more than they love their kids.
Yeah, good. True.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Before we even get into this, because that's just so odd to me, I want to play the video. I want you guys to listen to it for yourself and then tell me what you think. All right, here we go.
My dad once told me that he loves my mom more than he loves me. And I was like, oh, completely unprompted. I was like, okay, thanks. Okay, cool. And then he was like, well, you know, because your mom gave me you, so of course I love her more. And I was like, oh, I guess that's kind of sweet. And then I thought about it, and I was like, Mom does not feel that way about you.
I would stand to argue that most men that are in healthy relationships that love their wives absolutely would say the same thing. They love their wives more than their children. And what I think about that is that that's how it should be. But what's really kind of messed up is the last thing that she says. And a lot of women are agreeing in the comments. Women are saying that they 100% love their children more than their husbands. This is just another example of how children and women are loved unconditionally, yet men are loved only with conditions. And of course, there's exceptions to this. There are some unicorn women that absolutely will love their husbands unconditionally. But the fact that this is a not so common belief is kind of messed up.
What does that even mean?
Okay. It's called two different types of love. A love for your child, from a man speaking with kids, a love for your child is completely unconditional, but a love for your wife is also unconditional in a different sense because they gave you the children.
A love for your wife is never unconditional. Never. That is the biggest falsified thing I've ever heard in my life. You would love Lorraine no matter what?
Yes. I mean, I'm not speaking for you. What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I would
You'd love
Jared.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Jared cheats on you.
Unless they break your
I
heart.
would still love him. There's no way that love will ever go away. I am, that's love.
Are you delusional?
It doesn't
I'm
mean
not
she'll, no, but it
delusional.
doesn't mean that she will accept him cheating on her.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I
you
still love
still have the
him.
love.
I will never not love that guy. It's literally
Bullshit.
impossible.
Bullshit.
Yaz, your cat. Do you love your cat Badwani?
Yeah.
Okay, your cat probably has another house it goes and gets food from.
It doesn't-
Cheating
that's-
on you,
no, that's
but you
different.
still love your cat, don't you?
That's different. It's not a human being. We're talking about humans here. You can't just bring in other species into the mix. You're telling me, Avnisha, hypothetically speaking, Jared cheats on you.
Yes.
The utmost disrespect to your
Yes.
relationship and to you as a person.
Yes.
You think if he disappears after that, 10 years later, you'll still love him?
Yes.
But it's not the same anymore. It's a
guys
different.
have
There's different types of love, people.
Yeah.
There's different types of love.
But Ken, you're agreeing with this?
I would be incredibly hurt.
Yes.
Incredibly hurt. The relationship would be pretty much over between that type. That's usually the case. There is forgiveness and people do forgive and people do move on and people make mistakes.
Yeah.
And then people continuously love and they grow and the relationship's different. It changes. And much like what I think it's the Japanese, what they do, the only way to fix trust that's been broken is with gold. If a glass breaks and trust is as fragile as glass, everybody. If you
is.
drop the glass, it shatters. But the only way to put it back together is with gold. And that's exactly the lesson you should take into your relationship. If the trust gets broken, you have to put it back together with something more valuable. Right? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. That's the more valuable thing.
Yeah.
But I can say this from experience. I have kids. I love my wife in a different way. And I put her, I would say, first, very close first, and then a very close second, purely because if it's not for us two and our relationship growing, progressing, and staying in a positive way, the kids will suffer.
I see what you're saying. I get that. But I think it's incomparable. That's the honest truth. Like, I think it's both unconditional love, but when I have children with Jared, like, there's no way it would be such a distinct thing for me to ever say, I love Jared more than I love my children. I could never say that. I know that.
But you won't be
off the
able
bat.
to, because I'm sorry, but you're a female, and here's the reason why. They literally grew inside of you. You literally grew them, Nishi. You gave birth to them. It's different. A guy can't grow and give birth. That's why the love for a mother and a child is different for a love from a father to a child. And it's right what she says as well. A mother loves her children more than they love the father. That's all right.
I'm still baffled that you guys think relationship love, no matter what relationship it is unconditional.
Well, you don't even believe in love. Like, but it's true. You've literally
I
openly
believe
admitted it.
I believe there's something there that is a very like a high emotion towards someone. Call it love if you want, but that's not unconditional.
What's
especially for a partner? That's that. Have you ever fallen out of love?
Have I ever fallen out of love?
Yeah. So you wouldn't actually know that it exists.
But
That it's
I-
very
but I-
easy.
but I
It's
know- but I-
very
but-
easy to fall out of love.
Hold on, but I know-
very easy.
Yeah, but I
But
know.
you never really loved to begin with then.
No,
Is that
that's
the case?
that's a load of shit. No.
you-
Love,
but-
whether you like it or not, love comes and goes. It is not something that comes and stays.
You can-
unless
okay.
it's a love for a child or love for a mother or a father or one of those. Fair enough. That's unconditional love. I totally understand that. But a partner, someone that is actually separated from you, that could have ended up with anyone else in this world,
But they ended up with you.
but they ended up with you. I'm telling you now, dude. What do you mean? There's majority of relationships actually end.
No,
Majority.
50%. 50-50.
No, it's actually more now. Check the stats.
What, divorce rates are higher?
Divorce rates, breakup rates, any kind of rate of separating with the person you love.
I think. Look,
So how can that be
But
unconditional?
you can still love and not be together.
but it doesn't mean you're in love.
Until that love disappears.
No, but yes, I think you've never been proper in love. Then, if I'm being honest,
And
Because-
you've never fallen out of love though.
yeah, but I know.
He has a point there.
But okay, but I know that there's a lot of people that like I've loved in my life, like, well, not relationship though, but like friendships.
Avnisha,
That
a partner's love cannot be unconditional love. It's not possible.
I don't.
Because
I
a
so
person-
disagree
Well, here's the
with
thing.
you. I
Okay,
disagree.
you know what? Okay, let
can't.
me add value to what Yaz is saying, Nishi.
Okay.
You still, no matter what, in a relationship, every day choose to be with that person.
You choose to.
Every day. So
You
you
choose to.
have merit to what you're saying. And the more you're saying it, the more I'm thinking about it. You still wake up every day and I choose to be in this relationship. You cannot choose your relationship with your kid unless you're an absolute piece of shit asshole and leave your kids. They're still your kids.
That happens, but it's such a not a rare thing, but you know, statistically, it's a very low percentage that it actually happens. Right?
But I always look at things from instinctively from the animal kingdom.
yes, agree.
I always look at this. If you're not able to provide for yourself, you can't provide for anyone else.
exactly.
That's why the lion eats first, then the lionesses and the kids.
It's all a very logical way of thinking about things, but when it comes to love, and this is what I honestly think, I think that a lot of people find each other, they choose to be with one another, which we all do. You're right. You wake up and you choose to be with that person. But then there's a very, very and I don't think it's a lot of people, but I think there's quite a few out there who actually find real love. And that comes, honestly, I believe once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
And if you get that, you're very lucky, you're very fortunate. I feel like I have been privileged enough to get that in my life. And I genuinely can say, promise you, I don't know what you want me to do to make you believe, Scout's honor even, that if Jared did something terrible and, you know, as we said, cheating, yeah, of course, I'd be hurt, I'd be heartbroken, and yeah, it would be horrible. But I could never not love him, and I know that for a fact.
Because you've never experienced
However,
that hurt,
no, but
that
also-
that hurt will overpower the love. I'm telling you this right now.
No, it might not. And I'll tell you why. Because you are, and Jared is mature enough to be able to fix it. But fix it back in a different way. Your relationship will never be the same. And there will be issues and there will be problems, and you can still choose to be with him and he can still choose to be with you. It will just be a different relationship. And that there is how you make it. And that then becomes a choice every day still. So technically, love is a choice when it comes to relationships with a partner,
Yep,
not with a kid.
that's exactly what I've been saying.
However, then comes in the concept of providing and who comes first. Because when the kid turns 18, they're gone, cuz.
They're still your
And
kids.
you're just with your wife then.
That's true.
Or your husband. So then what happens then? If you haven't been able to grow your relationship throughout the time that you've had the kids in your household, and you get to the point where, oh shit, where's my kid? I don't know what to do. I've got to check up on them and I've got to, all these things. Or you can just turn to your wife and go, we have all this time now, but we never grew together. I don't really know you anymore.
Yeah.
I just knew you as mum for the kids. I didn't know you as my wife. So it's so important that your relationship with your wife or your husband comes before your kids, because you still have to. It's just as much as a full-time job as being in a
But
relationship
I think
is being a father
I
or
don't
a
think
mother.
it has to be one or the other. It's,
It's
like
not.
you
It's-
should be
it's-
maintaining both, and like when you have children, they should add to your life, and they should make it more beautiful. And yeah, you're right. You should be paying attention not just to your kids, but of course your partner. Like everything takes work in life. Marriage takes so much work.
Yeah.
It's not fairy tales and whatnot. It's like hard decisions, but you go through it together. And you're so right. You have to make sure you're making time for both. So when that does happen, when the kids do leave, you're like, well, great. Now we have all the time to spend together. I agree
Yeah.
with that. But I don't think
And that's
it's
when the sex swing comes out and all these extra things that you never got to do when you were, had the kids around. And they all come and then you start getting real raunchy. But by that time, it's hairy vaginas and
What the fuck?
beer bellies and all. That's true. It's true. Unless you keep yourself in shape and all that. But the truth is, then you get to really explore what you didn't get to explore when you had no time because you had just had kids.
What I will say is that once
I
again,
shaved my vagina.
what I will say is that I think it's incomparable. Like you love both I don't think you love your children more than you love your husband and vice versa. It's a family and you love each other in different ways.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah,
love.
it's incomparable. There were people in the comments that were agreeing, like a lot of people, surprisingly, it kind of took me by surprise, were agreeing with what I think her name Emily was saying, that people do love their children. Their
Partners
partner
more.
should love each other more, which was like really odd to me. But then obviously there was a fair few that were like, and they said the same thing. It's incomparable. So
From the kid's perspective, when you're a kid, you look at your parents like, I love them so much. You don't even know what love is, right? But you have
Yeah.
this deep-rooted connection that just never changes until you learn that they're not superhuman, until you learn that they're not the goddess and the god that you once saw them at. And the sooner you learn that, and as sad as this might sound, the better it is for you. That your parents aren't superhumans. They're just humans.
They're just humans.
So who cares if they love the mum more than you?
No, but
Who cares if they love the dad more than you? Because at the end of the day, you're getting out of there, you're finding your own partner, you're having your own kids and continuing it on.
I don't agree with
Who
that.
cares?
No, of course. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's like imagine your parent coming up to you and being like, "Hey, I love your mom more than I love you," or "I love your
Why
dad more
did he
than I
say
love
that
you."
to her?
Yeah, that was because she even said it was unprompted.
She milked shit. Nah, bullshit. She milked it.
He's
As
a-
if the dad will go out of the way and go,
Just letting you know.
I love your mum more than, Why?
Either way, prompted or unprompted, so weird. So weird to me.
Yeah,
That-
you don't have to go and tell your kid you don't love him as much as you
It's like
love
you're
your
saying,
mum.
"Hey, I like your sister more than you."
Yeah,
Like,
that's
There's a
ridiculous.
favorite child. The same thing.
But I do think that there's a merit in saying that the mother loves the children more than the father, and the
Agreed.
children loves the mother more than the father, but in different ways. For example, the children gets a certain type of love from the mum that's different to the love from the dad.
Of course.
When they're playing with the dad, like for example, me, Lila, and Evie, my two girls, 4 and 2 years old, when we're rolling around on the floor and I'm tossing them, they're doing backflips and we're all doing these things on the bed, they're getting an incredible release of, I think it's called oxytocin, which is like a happy, it's like dopamine or something. I don't know the exact names. They're getting an incredible release. I think oxytocin is like the love chemical or whatever. But when they're hugging mum and they're getting that nurture thing, they're getting that from her. So I'm the one that is playing with them a lot and wrestling and doing all these different games and stuff with them because I know that that's my role to deliver them the love that they need chemically. And mum's role is delivered through the nurturing of the cuddles and the close nurture. That's her role, right? And whatever you think, I don't give a shit what anyone else thinks about it. But the point I'm trying to get at is that they get a specific love from their parent and they love the parent for different reasons.
Yeah.
I love my wife for a certain reason. I love my kids for a certain reason. There is massive difference going on between all of them,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, of course. Like with my parents, I could never say I love one more than the other. It's so different. Like when I need to be nurtured, I'll go straight to my mom. Like it's just natural.
Yeah, your dad would be like, oh,
Yeah, no, my dad's very nurturing though. He really is.
Don't
And he-
come to me. I don't have love for you. Only for your mother.
only for your mother.
Only for your
and
mother.
it's not the love you're thinking about.
Anyway.
Well,
so-
wait. No, I'm thinking about. Sorry.
I We'll stay out of this conversation now.
Anyway, I disagreed with what she said, and it's interesting.
How can we wrap it up in one bow? Different love is different for everyone.
Love is incomparable.
Fuck love.
Already cancelled.
If you like the podcast, prove it. Like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to leave us a cheeky review.